What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, I know this video is going to make a lot of people mad. All right, but stay tuned. I want you to hear what I have to say because I've got some pretty damning evidence and some points that I really want to bring up to discuss why I think Colby Covington is genuinely underrated. Now, I know what you're thinking. This guy's number one contender. He's fighting for the belt. The definition of underrated is to not be rated or valued highly enough compared to what you're actually capable of or your actual merit, right? People get these words wrong all the time. They go, oh my God, Paddy Pimblett's overrated. Molly McCann's overrated. They're not. We all know their shit and we don't like them, right? Overrated is like me saying, I don't know, me saying like Israel Adesanya is overrated because people rank him highly, right? And in Colby Covington's case, people almost act like this guy doesn't even belong in the top 5. I don't get it. People act like this guy has no chance to beat Leon Edwards. I feel like the narrative right now is that he has no chance against Leon. He shouldn't be fighting for the belt, and he is genuinely underrated now. I'm going to say this off the top. Colby Covington, if not straight up number 1 best contender in the division, is a top 3, top 2 contender at 170. You could argue this guy could beat everybody else below him in the rankings, dude. You could argue that he could beat everybody below him in the rankings, except like Chimaev, who's a middleweight now, so it doesn't even matter, right? You know what I mean? But people act like this guy has no business fighting for the title, right? And there's a couple of reasons for that. I think the biggest reason is probably because they don't like him. But another reason is because Bilal Muhammad deserves the title shot more, and I agree with that. You guys know me. I like Bilal Muhammad. I almost said I like Chicago. And then I like Chicago. You know, I want to fight Colby. You know, I want to fight Leon. I want to fight Colby for the belt, you know. But yeah, listen to Bilal. He deserves it more. Right? But then even then, UFC, don't act like you fucking want Bilal to fight for the belt. I'm the only guy out here going, bro, I want Bilal to fight for the belt. Nobody else wants him to fight for the belt, right? So you don't want him to fight for the belt. But Colby Covington, you don't want him to fight for it either because you don't like him and you don't think he's good enough. So today, I'm going to talk to you about why he deserves way more credit, bro. He deserves credit. He deserves respect. He is fucking underrated, bro. All right? And the biggest thing that people point to, because I've talked to a lot of people about this, the biggest fucking thing that people talk about, right? Current pound-for-pound best MMA fighter. He's number 45. Fuck off. Dude, people talk about this guy's resume like he's like a can crusher, dude. And I just don't fucking understand it. People talk about this guy legit like he's a can crusher. They bring up this Paulo Costa stat. Like, every person he's beat has, you know, retired or left the UFC. Okay? This is not This is not Paulo Costa, whose only good win is Yoel Romero in a close fight, and everyone else was like never close. Like Uriah Hall and Johnny Hendricks, those guys were never close to the belt at middleweight, right? Colby Covington has 3 UFC champions on his resume, including fucking RDA, who was ranked number 1 in welterweight at the time. I don't care that he's a former lightweight. By the way, Kamaru Usman, one of his best wins is Gilbert Burns, who's also a former lightweight, who's also chinny as fuck, whose best accomplishment is having a close fight with Khamzat Chimaev. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, dude? So that's one UFC champion. Number 1 ranked RDA, who also beat Robbie Lawler, who Colby Covington also beat. Set a fucking strikes record against that guy. That's still pretty impressive. But when Max Holloway sets a strike record against Calvin Kattar, who's nowhere near the belt, wow, what a performance. When Colby Covington does it against Robbie Lawler, oh my God, it's Robbie Lawler, bro. He's fucking washed. You know, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Tyron Woodley. Oh my God, Tyron Woodley's ghost was in the fucking octagon. One fight before this, Gilbert Burns got a title shot for beating fucking Tyron Woodley. This is a recurring element in Colby Covington's career, right? Here's the Colby Covington little cycle, dude. Here's the cycle of life for Colby Covington, right? He beats a guy dominantly, right? He destroys a guy like Damian Maia. He beats the shit out of RDA. The fans and the UFC, oh my God, the guy he beat is so washed. He's beating up on old man. Not even good, bro. He doesn't deserve a title shot. One fight earlier, somebody else beats that guy. Or one fight later, somebody beats that same guy. All the fans, oh my God, Kamaru Usman beat RDA. He deserves a title shot. Oh my God, Gilbert Burns beat Jorge Masvidal. He deserves to fight for the belt. What the fuck are we talking about, dude? Colby Covington literally did not fight Tyron Woodley for the belt first. I think he would have beat Tyron Woodley at UFC 235. Usman got a title shot ahead of Colby because Colby was injured and he couldn't fight Woodley on that card. Who did Kamaru Usman beat at the end of his contender run to get that title shot? Let's take a fucking look. RDA. Damian Maia. Oh, if only Colby Covington didn't beat the fucking shit out of both of them right before that. Colby Covington was ranked ahead of Kamaru Usman because he already destroyed Damian Maia. He already decisively beat RDA, who was ranked #1 in the world for the interim belt. This was like a year after he was UFC champion. This is not a washed RDA. But nobody's going to bring that up as, oh my god, Colby Covington has this terrible resume. No. You know, it's just ridiculous, dude. Like, the fact that these two have such a similar resume, people act like Colby Covington is a can crusher. These guys' resume is exactly the fucking same, dude. Sorry, it's not exactly the same. Sorry, my bad. Colby Covington didn't fight fucking Emil Meek, dude. Oh, sorry, he didn't fight fucking Sean Strickland, bro. And people will actually try and, like, argue this point that they don't have similar resumes. They'll be like, he actually lost to Warley Alves, dude. Oh, yeah? Yeah? What's this down here? Oh, Jose Caceres. What's this right here? They are exactly the fucking same, right? They're exactly the fucking same. They beat the two guys that beat each other via, like, upset submission, okay? That makes them very similar. And another thing that people talk about with these two is, why does Colby Covington get credit for losing to Kamaru Usman? Why is his best accomplishment losing to Kamaru Usman? Let me ask you this, MMA fans. Why does Volk get credit for losing to Islam? It's almost like you should get respect as a fighter if you put up a good fight against a bigger guy that's a terrible matchup for you, and you arguably win enough rounds to at least warrant a draw, which is what Colby Covington should have gotten in that second fight with Kamaru Usman, a draw. And in the first fight, he was up on the scorecards. So why does Volkanovski get respect for losing to somebody bigger than him, who's a terrible matchup for him, right? But Colby Covington losing, oh my god, guys, why are we celebrating this loser? I wonder what's the difference between these two. It wouldn't be the fact that Colby Covington makes fun of MMA fans for being virgins, would it? It wouldn't be the fact that he makes fun of half of you guys, right? It's not that, is it? It's not because you guys are triggered, right? It's because you know, Colby Covington doesn't deserve respect for having a good fight with Kamaru Usman, who was pound for pound #1, right? Nah, he doesn't deserve credit. But Volk, he deserves credit for that. Yeah. There's no difference. There's a big difference between those two fights because I like Volk better. Okay. That's just one thing I wanted to talk about. Now, let's talk about his fight with Leon Edwards, okay? Colby Covington's getting the next shot against Leon Edwards, all right? That's 9 head kicks in a row, bro. I truly want a new contender, bro. I fought Usman 9 times in a row, bro. Colby Covington's getting the next shot against Usman. A lot of people are mad about that, and I can understand that. I'm not making this video to say Colby Covington unequivocally deserves a title shot more than anybody else. I'm saying he has a very good chance, and he deserves respect as a contender. Okay, because people are acting like this guy has no fucking chance against Leon Edwards, right? But first things first, let me talk about this title shot. Because he's getting the title shot after beating Jorge Masvidal, right? Not the best win, washed up kind of Masvidal, an old Masvidal, right? People are talking about all this shit. Oh my god, he beat Jorge Masvidal. It's not even impressive. One fight earlier, Kamaru Usman beats Jorge Masvidal. One fight earlier, he beats Jorge Masvidal. And what was his reward? What was the fan feedback to Usman winning against Masvidal? Kamaru Usman received pound for pound #1 from the UFC for beating Jorge Masvidal, right? And the entire fan narrative is, oh my god, is Kamaru Usman better than GSP? Is he catching up to is he the next GSP? Has he caught up to GSP? Oh my god, if he beats Edwards, is he better than GSP? So he beats Masvidal, pound for pound #1. He beats Masvidal one fight later, 50-45, completely schools him in every aspect of MMA. Oh my god, what are we even doing? Why is he even fighting this guy? And then one fight later, Gilbert Burns beats up Jorge Masvidal. Nowhere near as impressively as either of these two did. And all the fans are like, oh my god, Burns should get a title shot. He's the BMF, dude. Dude, Burns deserves a title shot, bro. Honestly, he's the most active fighter. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing with this shit, bro? I just find it fucking funny, bro. Like, the point that I made about why does Volk get credit for losing to Islam, Colby doesn't get any credit for having a close fight with Usman. That's one thing. Again, Usman beats fucking Masvidal. He's pound for pound #1. Colby beats him, doesn't deserve a title shot. Burns beats him after that, and he deserves a title shot. What the fuck? Like, make it make sense, bruh. Alright? And my last thing I want to talk about with this whole thing of, you look at any poll of Colby and Leon. Leon Edwards is the majority favorite. The majority of MMA fans believe Leon Edwards, he's going to handle Colby Covington pretty easily. He beat Kamaru Usman twice. It's pretty obvious. They're very similar. But let's be real. Colby Covington is a better kickboxer than Kamaru Usman, technically. He has better jiu-jitsu. We've seen that. He has better jiu-jitsu. He's better on the ground, better on the mat, right? Not a better wrestler than Kamaru Usman. Definitely not as strong, not as good power, but way higher cardio and output. Natural welterweight, okay? He's going to have crazy cardio. He's going to put a crazy pace on Leon. He's going to do better on the striking, I believe, with Leon, okay? So why does this guy have no credit when he is a different version of Kamaru Usman that might be better suited to beating Leon Edwards? Because you don't like him. That's why, right? And my last thing that I want to say about this whole narrative of Colby Covington has no chance against Leon. Colby Covington is a can crusher. Colby Covington has no chance against Leon. He doesn't deserve a title shot. All this, blah, 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 blah. What were people saying before Leon and Usman fought the second time about Colby Covington? After he lost to Kamaru Usman, what was every single MMA fan saying after he lost to Kamaru Usman the second time? Don't answer. This is like Dora the Explorer. Don't fucking answer. I'll tell you. If Usman wasn't in the division, Colby would be champion. How many times? Shut the fuck up. How many times did you hear that? I guarantee you have said that at least once if you were a fan of Colby when he fought Usman. I guarantee you have said it or you've heard somebody say it. If Usman wasn't in the division, Colby would be champ. Colby Covington is the Robert Whittaker of this division. He's the Max Holloway of this division. Where has that gone? He won a fight since that. And he's shown improvements since that. Where did that fucking narrative go? So that's what I want to say, dude. I think Colby Covington's underrated. Let's not forget that one fight ago, people were talking about this guy. Dude, if Usman's not in the division, Colby Covington's the best welterweight in the world. So keep that same energy in the words of Kamaru Usman, bro. That's what I wanted to talk about, boys. Give me your opinion down below. Make sure you watch the whole video, bro. If you obviously, I can't make you do that. It's too late. I'm 12 minutes in. I should have said at the start, but hey, it is what it is, baby. I am the heat, brother. But listen, boys, give me your thoughts down below if you agree, if you disagree. I want to hear it in the comments, bro. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like if I'm spitting facts. I don't give a fuck, bro. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, boys. And I'm going to do my UFC 291 predictions at the end of this week, so stay tuned for that. And make sure you go follow me on Instagram at Bedtime MMA because I just did a face reveal, boys. So go check out my face reveal on Instagram at Bedtime MMA. All right, boys, it's on my story. See you in the next video. Goodbye.